Hi everyone, and welcome to the Healthcare Circle channel. I'm Dr. Miller, and today, I want you to imagine this with me. It's nighttime. You're lying in bed. The lights are off. The room is quiet. Your body seems like it's finally at rest, but your heart, it's still running a marathon, quietly, invisibly. No one sees it. No one hears it. But it's happening. Have you ever woken up in the morning, even after a full 7 to 8 hours of sleep, and still felt heavy, short of breath, or even more tired than when you went to bed? I've heard this from hundreds of patients over the age of 60 in my 30-plus years of practice. And you know what? Sometimes, it's not your age. It's not some complicated medical issue. It's something as simple as the position you sleep in. There's one truth I want to share with you, something most people overlook. Sleeping on your left side, yes, just that small shift, can be the difference between sleeping to survive and actually healing while you sleep. Let me tell you about a patient of mine, Linda. She's 67, with high blood pressure and chronic nighttime acid reflux. She told me she used to wake up every morning with a heavy chest, rapid heartbeat, and bone-deep fatigue. After we talked, she made just one change, started sleeping on her left side. A few weeks later, she told me, I feel like a different person every morning. Why? Because when you sleep on your left side, your heart, which naturally leans to the left, is under less pressure. The aorta, the main artery that carries blood from your heart to the rest of your body, curves to the left too. So this position makes circulation easier, lighter, smoother, without forcing your heart to overwork. And it's not just your heart. Your lungs benefit too. When you sleep on your left, your diaphragm can expand more fully. You breathe deeper, which means more oxygen reaches your brain, muscles, and organs, all of which help your body truly restore itself while you rest. Then there's acid reflux, the silent sleep disruptor. Your stomach naturally sits on the left side of your body. When you lie on that same side, gravity keeps acid where it belongs, in your stomach, not creeping up your throat and waking you with coughing or tightness. And here's something hardly anyone talks about. Your body has a built-in detox system, your lymphatic system. When you sleep, especially on your left side, this system kicks into high gear, helping clear out waste from your brain and heart, like a quiet team of night janitors cleaning up every corner of your body. Now look, I'm not saying it's magic. But I've seen it, time and again. The biggest changes often come from the smallest adjustments, when you stick with them. So tonight, before you drift off, I want you to try this. Lie on your left side. That's it. You don't have to stay there all night. Just start in that position, like a gentle way of telling your heart, I'm here to help you rest. And tomorrow morning, when you wake up feeling just a little lighter, breathing a little deeper, and your heart a little steadier, you'll know, your body is quietly thanking you. But you know what's even more concerning? It's not that we haven't chosen the best sleeping position yet. It's that we've spent years, maybe decades, sleeping in the wrong position, and just assumed that was normal. Many of us have gotten used to sleeping on our backs. It feels relaxed, right? Arms at your sides, body stretched out, like you're letting go. But here's the truth, backed by science and something I've seen in hundreds of patients. Sleeping on your back can silently activate your sympathetic nervous system all night long. Let me help you picture this. Your sympathetic nervous system is like your body's internal alarm system. It kicks in when you're scared, makes your heart race, pumps blood to your brain so you can react fast. But when you sleep on your back, especially if you snore or have mild sleep apnea, your airway gets narrower, oxygen drops, and your body thinks you're in danger. Even though you're asleep, your brain stays on alert. One of my patients, George, 71 years old, once told me, "Doc, I sleep 8 hours a night, but I wake up like I just went through a war." And he wasn't wrong. His heart was working overtime, every single night, without ever really resting. After he changed his sleep position, we monitored him with a wearable tracker. In just 2 weeks, his nighttime heart rate stabilized and his sleep quality improved dramatically. See, after 50, our bodies aren't as forgiving. The immune system weakens, the heart becomes more vulnerable, and sleep, which used to be effortless, now needs to be protected intentionally. So if you feel like you're sleeping, but still tired, still stressed, or if your heart feels jumpy at night, there's a chance your sleeping position is the problem. And your body? It's been fighting all night, while you thought it was resting. Please, don't let sleep, the most sacred part of your day, turn into a silent struggle you don't even realize is happening. Now, maybe you're thinking. Okay, I get it. Left side sleeping is better, but I've been sleeping on my back my whole life. How am I supposed to change that overnight? That's a great question. I hear it all the time. And let me tell you something, from years of working with folks in their 60s, 70s, even 80s, your body can adapt beautifully, if you guide it gently and with patience. No, you don't need to sleep on your left side for a perfect 8 hours like a statue. No one does. But if you can simply start your night in that position, you've already created the most valuable window, those first few hours of deep, restorative sleep, where the heart relaxes, the lungs open, and the brain begins to heal. One of my patients, Anne, 65, told me, "I never thought I could sleep on my side. But then you taught me how to use a long pillow to hug my whole body, and to my surprise, after just a few nights, I started to get used to it." She even calls that pillow her silent bedtime buddy. And I want you to try it too. Start by placing a pillow between your knees, this keeps your hips aligned and your spine straight. Add another small pillow behind your back, not just for comfort, but to act like a soft little barrier so you don't roll back onto your back in the middle of the night. Your head pillow matters too. If it's too high, you'll strain your shoulder. Too low, your neck sinks. Find something medium firm with a little dip for your neck, or a pillow specifically made for side sleepers. Think of it like finding the right pair of shoes, not the fanciest ones, but the ones that fit just right. Still find yourself rolling over at night? Here's a fun trick. Put a small sticker on your bedpost to remind you. Or sew a tennis ball into the back of your pajama shirt. It sounds silly, but these little nudges are enough to train your body's sleep memory, without even waking you up. If you like to read or listen to music before bed, do it while lying on your left side. Eventually, your body will start to associate that position with calm, safety, and comfort. It's not a chore. It's a way of reintroducing yourself to yourself. And I promise, with just a little effort and consistency, you'll start to feel the shift. Not just in your sleep, but in how you breathe, how you move, and how you wake up every morning. I get it, there will always be nights when we toss and turn. You're just so tired, you don't even think about your pillow, your position. You just collapse into bed, the way you've done for years, out of habit. And sometimes, your body drifts right back to lying on your back, the position that feels the most relaxed. But here's what I really want you to pay attention to. Not every sleeping position is restful. Some of them, even though they seem open or comfortable, can quietly put your body under stress, all night long. And lying on your back. That's one of the sneakiest. I once treated a patient named Jerry, 69 years old, retired a few years ago. He loved sports, didn't smoke, didn't drink, seemed like the picture of health. But every time he went in for a heart checkup, the results showed that his heart was overworking at night. No clear symptoms. He just kept waking up with a racing heartbeat, dry throat, and sometimes, like he had just run a marathon. So we did a full overnight monitor, heart rate and oxygen levels. And the results were honestly alarming. Every time he lay on his back, his tongue and soft tissues would fall backward, narrowing his airway. Oxygen levels dropped. And his heart would immediately speed up, trying to pump harder, trying to make up for that loss of oxygen. What he thought was restful sleep, was really a series of survival sprints his body had to endure, night after night. And it doesn't stop there. When you sleep on your back, stomach acid can easily creep up into the esophagus. That means coughing, a sore throat, waking up in the middle of the night. But worse, it can inflame your airways and overstimulate your nervous system, putting even more pressure on your heart. Over time, this creates the perfect storm for issues like high blood pressure, arrhythmias, atrial fibrillation, even stroke. Now, I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying it because I believe you have the right to know. You have the right to choose sleep that actually heals, not with a pill, not with a machine, but with something as simple as how you position your body at night. Yes, you might still end up on your back, because that's what you've known. But if you've been feeling drained, waking up with a racing heart, or your partner tells you your breathing pauses during the night, your sleeping position could be the reason. And the good news? You don't have to fix it alone. We have gentle ways to guide your body, with pillows, positioning, and simple bedtime routines. Because even while you sleep, while your body seems still, your heart is still working. And something as small as the way you lie down could be the key to a healthier heart, a gentler morning, and a stronger, more vibrant future. After everything we've talked about, sleeping positions, heart health, and what real rest looks like, I want to take you just one step further. Because yes, you can lie in the right position. You can take the pressure off your heart and lungs. But if your body doesn't have the fuel it needs to recover from the inside, then that healing process is still incomplete. I'm talking about nutrition. More specifically, what you give your body before you sleep. And this is something most of my older patients tend to overlook. After 50 or 60, our bodies start changing in subtle ways. We lose muscle mass. Our recovery slows down. Tissue repair, in the heart, the lungs, even the blood vessels, just isn't as quick as it used to be. But here's the good news. Sleep is when your body repairs itself. That is, if you give it the right building blocks to work with. And one of the most valuable building blocks. Casein protein, a slow-digesting protein that feeds your body gradually over 6 to 8 hours while you sleep. Think of it this way. Whey protein is like a quick flame. Casein is a slow-burning ember, keeping your system fueled all night long. I worked with a patient named Sharon, 63 years old. She did yoga every morning but kept waking up with stiff shoulders and sore knees. Her nutrition during the day? Spot on. But at night? Nothing, she went to bed on an empty tank. So I asked her to try adding a small serving of casein before bed, just 30 to 40 grams, mixed with water or almond milk. Within 3 weeks, she felt the difference. No more stiffness. No more waking up feeling like sleep made her more tired. And I can tell you, that's no coincidence. Your heart is a muscle. It never stops working, even when you're asleep. And like any other muscle, it needs amino acids to repair, to recover, to stay strong. Casein provides that quiet stream of support all night long, when everything else is finally still. On top of that, slow-digesting protein helps prevent age-related muscle loss, stabilize blood sugar, and reduce inflammation inside blood vessels, all major contributors to heart disease as we age. And if you already have a habit of walking, stretching, or doing some light resistance training during the day, casein locks in that progress overnight, helping your muscles recover instead of break down. And here's the best part, you don't have to eat a ton. No bodybuilder shakes. No fancy routines. Just something simple, a small cup of plain Greek yogurt, a scoop of cottage cheese, or a spoonful of quality casein powder mixed into water or milk. Now, one question I get a lot is, at my age, can my body still change? And my answer is always, not only can it, it absolutely will. Because small, repeated choices, made every night, are exactly how we rebuild strength, not just for tomorrow, but for the many years ahead. Still unsure? Then picture this. You, at 75, maybe 80, still walking with confidence. Still breathing easy. Still going to dance class, backyard BBQs, or family picnics with the grandkids. No pain. No fear. Just freedom. That future doesn't happen by accident. It happens through small decisions, like how you sleep, and how you nourish your heart before you close your eyes. So tonight, after you've fluffed your pillow and turned to your left side, take it one step further. Sip a little casein. Slowly. Gently. Like a quiet thank you to your heart. For never taking a night off from you. And then, you do all the things. You change your sleeping position. You start sleeping on your left side every night. You place a pillow between your knees, adjust a small one behind your back. You even mix a little casein shake before brushing your teeth, then sit quietly for a few moments, listening to soft music as your body starts to unwind. All of it, small changes. But then you find yourself wondering. How do I know if it's actually working? The answer doesn't come with alarms or numbers flashing on a health monitor. It comes quietly, the same way your body begins to heal, gently, gradually, but undeniably real. I still remember the first call I got from Ruth, one of my 70-year-old patients, about 3 weeks after she made those sleep changes. She didn't sound excited. She sounded surprised, and deeply moved. She said, "Doctor, this morning, I got out of bed and didn't have to push off my knees." For her, that felt nothing short of a miracle. And that's the very first sign you'll likely notice. Your body feels lighter, more flexible when you wake up. No more groaning as you roll over. No more feeling like your joints are rusted shut after a night's sleep. Then one morning, you'll look out the window, see the sun rising, and you'll actually want to get up and go outside. Your morning energy returns. Not the kind of energy where you force yourself out of bed. But real energy, rising from deep inside. That's when you'll know. Your muscles are being preserved, your heart is under less strain, and your nervous system has finally returned to its natural rhythm. You might also notice you're not waking up in the middle of the night as much anymore. You're adjusting your blanket less. Your heart isn't pounding. You're breathing calmly. And when you open your eyes in the morning, you feel whole. That's your body's way of telling you that your sympathetic nervous system, the one that used to stay alert all night, is no longer on edge. If you're someone who tracks your blood pressure or blood sugar, you'll probably see those numbers start behaving. No more weird spikes after a bad night's sleep. Things begin to settle into a steady rhythm. Some folks even notice their early morning readings drop slightly, not dramatically, but just enough to make them smile. And for those of you still staying active, walking, gardening, lifting light weights, your recovery becomes so much clearer. You're no longer wiped out after hauling groceries. You don't need a 2-hour nap just because you did some yoga that morning. Your body is starting to respond with resilience. These signs don't all show up at once. They won't hit you like a bolt of lightning. But if you pay attention, you'll notice them. Bit by bit, you're reclaiming the energy you thought aging had taken away. And this is what I always remind my older patients. True health isn't a destination. It's the feeling you have each morning. When you open your eyes, stand up, and realize. Your body is still walking this road with you. So if your mornings have started to feel different, if you're waking up lighter, more flexible, with less pain, don't doubt it. That's your sign. You're on the right path. And when your body starts responding, with lighter mornings, calmer breathing, and a steady heartbeat, that's when you know real healing is happening. But what I want to share next goes beyond just how your body feels. Because sleep, when done right, doesn't just help you get out of bed easier. It helps keep your memory sharp. Even into your later years. I remember a patient named Martha, 68 years old, a retired literature teacher. She was sharp, witty, and alert. But lately, she started forgetting simple things, like where she left her keys, a former student's name, or whether she'd eaten breakfast. When we started talking about her sleep, I asked, what position do you usually sleep in?" She said, "Oh, I've always slept on my back. It's just what I'm used to." And that's where we began. Because recent science, especially from research out of the University of Rochester, has shown something pretty amazing. When you sleep on your side, especially your left side, your brain actually cleans itself. Sounds magical, but it's real. You see, your body has a system called the lymphatic system, and in the brain, it works like a built-in cleanup crew. It clears out waste and toxins that build up during the day. But here's the thing, this process only works efficiently during deep sleep, and it works best when you sleep on your left side. That position allows cerebrospinal fluid to flow freely, like a river washing away debris. Toxins like beta amyloid, which are linked to Alzheimer's, get flushed out through this process. Picture your brain like a busy city after a long day. During the day, the streets are full, traffic, noise, chaos. At night, the city needs a cleanup crew. But if the roads are blocked, or the trash system's down, everything backs up, and by morning, the whole place is a mess. That's what happens to memory, alertness, and cognitive function when sleep is disrupted, or when your sleep position blocks your brain's natural detox process. Some of my patients used to say, "I guess this is just part of getting older, memory loss is normal." But the truth is, it doesn't have to be. Once they started sleeping on their left side more consistently, and getting deeper, uninterrupted rest, I started to see the little things come back. They'd remember their new neighbor's name. They'd recount details from a family gathering 2 weeks ago. They'd stop needing sticky notes to remember doctor's appointments. And most importantly, they felt more confident in their own minds. We spend so much time caring for our heart, our bones, our blood pressure. But what about the brain? It holds everything we love, the faces we cherish, the memories we've lived, the dreams we haven't finished yet. And you can start protecting it with something as simple as sleeping on your left side each night, a small act, with huge meaning. Because sometimes, brain health doesn't start with memory games or supplements. It starts with the position you choose when you drift off to sleep. When you start to notice your memory getting clearer, your steps feeling lighter, your sleep getting deeper, you know what? It's not magic. It's the result of intentional choices. Small changes, done consistently. Simple things like turning to your left side, adding a pillow, or sipping a little casein before bed. And at this point, I want you to think about something important. How do you make all of this not just a short-term phase, but a lasting part of your daily life? Because long-term health, real independence, they don't come from one-time changes. They come from doing the right thing in a way that feels easy, natural, and almost effortless. I often tell my patients, you don't have to work hard to be healthy. You just need to build habits that make healthy living feel easy. Like pairing your nightly protein drink with brushing your teeth, something you've probably done every night for decades. Let your toothbrush become a gentle reminder, hey, now's a good time to give your heart a little support. Just keep your casein powder and a small shaker by the sink. When you finish brushing, you're already halfway there. Pick a flavor you genuinely enjoy, vanilla, chocolate, strawberry. Don't gulp it down like medicine. Make it part of your wind-down ritual, like brewing yourself a warm cup of tea before bed. One of my patients, Mr. Walter, once said something I loved. Now, every night when I drink my casein, it feels like I'm toasting to my heart. See? When something brings you comfort and joy, it's easier to stick with it. It's no longer a task or a routine. It becomes part of who you are. You're no longer someone trying to sleep better or working on staying healthy. You're someone who chooses to help your body recover every night. You're someone who protects their memory, and their independence, for the years ahead. And you don't need to wait until something's wrong to start. You can begin tonight, with a pillow, a position, a small drink before bed, and a belief that your body deserves to be taken care of, with kindness. Remember, habits aren't built with pressure. They're built through loving repetition and gentle understanding. So tonight, when you prepare for bed, don't just think of it as lying down. Think of it as laying a foundation. A foundation for a longer heartbeat, a sharper mind, and gentler mornings in the years ahead. And if you've made it all the way to this point, I believe something inside you has been stirred. Maybe it's a gentle reminder that it's time to listen to your body more. Maybe it's a bit of regret for all the times we treated sleep like something automatic, something we didn't need to care for. Or maybe it's a spark of hope, the kind that says aging isn't the end of health, but the beginning of a new chapter. A chapter where you care for yourself with understanding and kindness. We can't turn back time. But we can choose to live differently starting today. Choose to sleep on your left side, so your heart can finally rest. Choose a light protein drink, to give your body the building blocks it needs to heal. Choose to see sleep not as a temporary break, but as the deepest form of recovery your body craves. I'm not asking you to change everything overnight. All I hope is that, starting tonight, you begin with just one small thing. A pillow. A position. A deeper breath. Because real change doesn't begin with willpower. It begins with a choice, made with love for yourself. So let sleep become the gift you give yourself each night. Not just to survive, but to truly live. Thank you for watching the video till the end. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. See you in the next video.